Welcome to the TIP Annual Conference 2025, themed The King's Mandate, Influence, Impact, Inheritance. Intentional parents from across the globe, are you ready? From rocking chairs in Lagos to night shifts in the UK, from prayer closets in Nairobi to kitchens in Toronto. Welcome to the largest online parenting conference on the planet. 8 years ago, we lit up with just a stack and 5 people in the room. Today, we are blazing with millions streaming live from across the nations. This is no ordinary event. This is heaven's assignment, a divine call, a holy convocation. Over the years, we have had testimonies of marriages being restored, prodigals returning home, and children finding purpose because one parent caught a revelation right here. Remember Queen Esther, obscure, ordinary, but positioned by heaven for such a time as this. Just like her, you have been positioned to speak life into a culture of confusion, to model wholeness in a fractured world, to pass down living legacy of faith, of courage, and of bold love. This is the King's mandate to shape culture, to leave impact that outlives you, and to secure heaven's mandate. In 7 power-packed days with 40 world-class speakers, hearts will be ignited, homes transformed, and nations impacted. This is your moment to lean in and receive divine wisdom. Engage by commenting, by asking questions, and of course, by praying as you process. Transmit it, pass the torch to children, to your mentees, and to your cycle of influence. Because when the live stream ends is when the real conference begins, at dinner tables, at bedtime devotions, on school runs, and in daily choices. This is where legacies are built. Intentional parents, are you ready to embrace the King's mandate? If you are right where you are, lift your voice right there and say, I was born for such a time as this. Let heavens record it. Let the nations hear it. And let the 8th year of the TIP Annual Conference officially begin. So, fasten your seatbelt, because together we are about to set the world on fire. My name is Joy Eshimokai. I am the lead coach at ProSpeak Life Academy, and I am the official MC of the Intentional Parents Academy. Welcome to the TIP Annual Conference 2025.
This conference was born out of a burden. It's not just talking parenting. It is to awaken purpose in homes, in families. Because when homes are aligned, nations are transformed. I welcome you to this prophetic journey. It's going to be 7 days of amazing journey. 40 voices, 1 King's mandate. And I pray that you don't just attend it. I pray that you encounter alignment, instruction, and divine direction for your family. Welcome to the Intentional Parent Academy Annual Conference 2025. This is not just another event. This is a move. My name is Wendy Ologi, and I'm called Africa's #1 parent coach. I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. Beyond all of the titles, I am just a vessel sent on a divine assignment to help you as a parent break generational patterns and raise children who reflect the heart of God. Enjoy the ride and see you at the end.
You've spent so much time doing everything for everyone, holding your family together, showing up for work, managing life's never-ending expectations. Somewhere along the way, you stopped showing up for yourself, your dreams put on hold, your passion silent, your identity fading. But no one tells you this. Life will not slow down so you can catch up. You keep telling yourself, one day I'll get back to me. But one day becomes years, and before you know it, you can barely recognize yourself or the woman in the mirror. It is time to stop waiting. It is time to start evolving. As your discovery coach, we help women like you break free from the mindset of, I am just a mom, I am just a wife, and I am just a worker, because you are so much more than you can see yourself now. You have gifts, talents, and a calling waiting to spring forth. And we don't just inspire you, we equip you with the tools, mindsets, and strategies to help you to your next level. So hey mamas, let's start living.
Okay, so we are waiting for our moderators to join us. While they are trying to join, we'll just go straight to the order of the day. And I'm hoping they will be able to sort out their technical hitches and then join us. So while we wait, we'll just go straight and get the bio of our next speaker. She's already in the building.
Our next speaker brings both experience and energy, both wisdom and warmth. She's a force in family empowerment, and she's on a mission that resonates deeply with this generation of parents. Celia Kibla is a family empowerment coach, international speaker, and the founder of Pumped Up Parenting, the International Day of Calm and Form Fit Family Fitness. Each one a powerful movement rooted in helping parents raise children who thrive without trauma. With over 40 years of hands-on parenting experience as a mom of 5 and grandma of 9, and 4 decades of professional expertise working with families, Celia is more than just a voice in parenting. She's a mentor to millions. She is the best-selling author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. A practical, transformational guide that equips parents to move from chaos to calm, from frustration to joy. Her passion? To stop 1 million parents from yelling at their kids. Not just by preaching calm, but by teaching proven skills that transform homes into safe, structured, joyful environments. Through her private and group coaching programs, she has helped countless families replace yelling and power struggles with connection, clarity, and confidence. Her work reaches parents globally, from tired moms in need of grace to confused dads looking for tools, to entire communities seeking a better way to raise emotionally healthy children. Celia's approach is on beats, practical, and deeply empowering. Whether she's on a podcast, a stage, or in a coaching session, her message remains the same. When parents are empowered, children are secure, and when homes are calm, the next generation is free to flourish. Please make welcome to TIP Annual Conference, a voice of calm in a noisy world, and a coach for parents who wants to raise kids with joy, not fear. Celia Kibla.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me. How is everyone? I'm so excited to be here with you another year and just to see this incredible conference grow to what it's becoming. It is a worldwide movement, and I am thrilled to be a part of it. So thrilled to be with you guys. Super excited. We're talking about influence, which is a pretty important thing, I hope you know. And when we talk about influence, I want you to think for a minute, who is influencing your children? Because someone is, whether it's you, whether it's their friends, whether it's the internet, Google, whoever, someone is influencing your children. And before we get started on establishing influence in your home, I want to thank my dear friend Wendy for sponsoring this conference and inviting me, and everyone that's been working so hard at this, and especially to all of you who have decided to parent with intention, who have decided to make a difference in your children's lives. A lot of people just parent by the seat of their pants. They just do whatever they do without thought. But you all have decided to make a difference. And when you make a difference, you make a difference all around the world. One person absolutely makes a difference because what you do affects 7 generations moving forward. So super excited to be here. Thank you for that incredible introduction. Way more than I was overwhelmed. And let's get started because I know you guys are here and ready to learn. Get a paper, get some pens, get notes. Let's do this. So let's talk about influence. Let's talk about how you establish influence in your home. And the first thing I want to do is I want to actually read the definition of influence. Influence is the capacity or power of persons or things to be compelling, to be a compelling force on or to produce effects on the actions, behaviors, and opinions of others. So, who do you want that to be? Do you want that to be you or someone else like we opened up with? Okay, so think about that. Who do you want to influence your children? Put it in the comments because I'm hoping you all have a similar answer, because what we're talking about today is helping you be the key influence because you're the influencer that begins their life. You know, I heard a lot of other speakers talk about your community and your family being your first community. It is your child's introduction to community is their family. Yes, you want to be an influencer. You want to be the one that guides and directs your child. I love it 100%. And yes, thank you so much. So let's talk about this thing called parenting first, which is hard. Yes, I get it. I raised 5 kids, all within a blended family. Been working this family for over 30 years. My oldest is 43 years old. Been doing this parenting thing for a long time. And you heard, yes, I'm a grandma. So parenting, I know firsthand, is hard. There's a lot of situations. Who experienced I ask my kids 1,000 times to do something and they don't do it. And I try to ask nicely. And by the 5th time, I'm screaming and yelling. Anyone agree? Anyone feel like, oh, yes, that's me. That's me. So how can you gain control over this? How can you work with your child so that they want to cooperate? You know, I'm not a huge fan of the word obey, and some of you may agree or disagree with me. I'd rather your children cooperate because I don't want them to grow up thinking they should obey any adult. I want them to use their brains that God gave them. We were all given great brains so that we can become intelligent and think for ourselves. I want that for your children. So I want you to create an environment in your home where cooperation rules. Your children want to cooperate. They want to listen to you. They want to understand that you're in charge. You are ultimately in charge. Your children are not. Why? Your children don't have the mental capacity to be in charge. So if your toddler is running the house, please take advice from me and the other brilliant experts in this conference and get it turned around so that you are the major influencer. Remember, I say it all the time. I've heard others say it. You are not raising children. You are raising adults. This is our job as a parent. Yes, so many of us, well, I want my child to be happy. Well, we all want our children to be happy. But if you raise a child to think they're going to be happy all the time and you give in to them all the time, you know what you're raising? You're raising a very unhappy adult. Because that adult, as they grow up, will not be able to deal with life's disappointments. So does your child have to experience disappointment? Absolutely. Everything cannot go their way because that's not life. We'd love a lot of it to go their way. We'd love them to actually be cooperative and your family be working on the same page so that things do go your way as a family and each person gets their way when it's appropriate to get your way. But they shouldn't always get their way. You are the influencer. You are the guide. You are the king. You are the ruler of your family. But that means you coach, you direct, you help, you assist, you do not control. Let me tell you the difference between control and influence, okay? Control works through fear-based methods. And think of a child's always being told what to do. They're told what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Everything is told when to do it. They're totally, for the most part, in control by another human being. So control usually creates fear. How about influence? Influence is created through respect, trust, and calm. Why calm? Because screaming and yelling and hitting a child or another human being is not calm, nor is it ever respectful. And it will never teach respect. You cannot teach respect of another human being by being disrespectful. So trying to control your child is not going to gain you results. Influencing your child, directing your child, working with your child will get you the results you need. Cheers. I hope you guys have some water. I have to take a sip. If you follow me, you know I'm always drinking water. Okay, so let's clear that up right there. We are not controlling children. We are influencing children. Everybody understand that difference, I hope. Okay, so in the comments, would you guys please let me know who influenced you? Who was a major influencer in your life? And I imagine a lot of you will say Wendy because she's amazing. Yes or yes? Yes. But who influenced you? And why did they influence you? And I should say, who influenced you in a positive way? Your parents, your mother. Why was that person a positive influencer in your life? Do you know why? Can you express it? I know we have only so much room in our comments. But why did your mom influence you? I see a lot of you are putting mom over father. Interesting. My elder brothers, because I spent more time with him and he showed me direction. My dad and mom. So as you're seeing, a perfect example from all of you is that your parents were your first and primary influencers. So think about that as to how you want your child to see you. Do they want to see you as someone who is working against them? Or do you want them to see you as someone that has their best interest in mind and is working with them? Think about that. How do you want your child to see you? What kind of parent do you want to be? Hey, Keith, who's up next talking. Who do you want your child to be? We're going to get to that. You can put on the back burner. What kind of parent do you want to be? Do you want to be a parent that your child is afraid of? Do you honestly want your child to be afraid of you? Because if that is how you felt as a child, and you're thinking, how do I get my children to grow up and talk to me? If they grow up afraid of you, they will not come to you. They will not talk to you about the difficult challenges they have in life if they are afraid of you. And if you are being aggressive to your children, yelling at your children, hitting your children, you are not creating connection. And why have we come to connection? Because there is no influence without connection. You cannot be influenced by a person if you do not feel connected to that person. And if you are being an aggressive parent, if your way of parenting and communicating to your child is by yelling and screaming and hitting, you are eliminating the connection that is gold for your influence and for your future influence of your children. If your children become teenagers and they're being influenced by people that you don't want them to be influenced by, you want them to know that they can always come to you without judgment, without criticism. Who are the best communicators in the world? The best listeners. You have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to not interrupt, not judge, not criticize, not just voice your own thoughts on the whole thing before your child even gets to tell you the full story. You have to be willing to listen. The best listeners are the best communicators. What's next in communicating? Asking questions. Questions are the gateway to conversation. Ask questions. Don't assume. Do not just make assumptions. None of us read minds. None of us are mind readers. This is important for you and your children. This is important for you and your spouse. Do not assume. If you want them to do something, ask them. Do not test them. And do not assume they know what you want. How many of you in your relationships go, well, they should know. They should know. Why should they know if you haven't expressed it? And I don't even care if you've expressed it before. Why should they know? Connect with your child and tell them what you want. Speak clearly. Okay, so we're going to get to the 4 key pillars of influence, but I want to talk about one more thing too. And that is your expectations of your child. Your expectations, whether good or not so good, once voiced to your child will live up to. So here's another aspect of not being a calm communicator and not being someone who is positively influencing your children. If you are calling your children names, you are setting up an expectation for them that they will line up with. If you're calling your child a liar, why are you lying all the time? You're such a liar. Do you know what happens? Your child will stop telling the truth. They will stop telling the truth because why bother? Everybody thinks they're lying anyway. So why bother telling the truth? If you tell your child they're lazy and you're like, you're so lazy, why don't you get up and do something? One of these days, your child will live completely up to that expectation and be lazy all the time. Why should they get up and do something if they're always being called lazy? So when you set up expectations, when you call your children names and they are negative, you're setting up your expectation for that child for the future. As much as that aggravates you, that they're not getting up and doing something, by you calling them names, you're solidifying their future. They will continue to live up to your expectation, whether it's good or not so good. I don't even like to say bad because I don't like to use the word bad because nobody's bad. Just sometimes we make not so great choices. Okay. So expectations that they can live up to that are positive. When you are working with them, tell them what a good hard worker they are because we want them to always do their best. We always want them to strive to be the best person they can be. So compliment them on how well they're doing. When they pitch in and they help you make dinner or they help you fold clothes, compliment them and say, what a great helper you are. Be the person that compliments them and that gives them positive expectations to live up to. You want them to influence it. You want to influence them in a positive direction. You want them to feel successful. You want them to feel that they can achieve everything. So compliment them when things are going right. Don't just point out the negative. Why do kids grow up thinking that everything they do is wrong? Because that's all we notice. We as human beings tend to notice the negative. If your kids have been playing nice together for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden they're fighting, what happens? Did you give them any attention while they're playing nice? No, most parents will go in and yell at them about fighting. Yet for 20 minutes, they played nicely together and you said nothing. Start noticing what they're doing right and let them know you noticed. Let them know you notice. Don't just go, oh, yeah, they did well today. I often will have a conversation with my client that will start out with, tell me what your kids did well today. And they'll go, I can't think of anything. I can't think of a thing. And I'll say, well, did they get up on time? Yes. Did they get ready for school on time? Yes. Did they eat their breakfast? Yes. Did they brush their teeth? Yes. Did they get out the door on time? Yes. Well, there's 5 things in 2 seconds that they did right. You have to start noticing what they're doing right instead of dwelling on what they're doing not so right. Because you know what? When someone feels appreciated, connection happens. When they feel visible, when you are with your partner and your partner notices you and talks to you and thanks you for a great dinner or for helping them, work on the car or whatever, when you feel appreciated, you feel visible. It goes for you and your relationship with each other, and it goes for your kids. And that's how you start influencing that other person, is because you are directly respecting them and you are directly noticing them and giving them visibility instead of them feeling like they don't even matter or they're invisible. Okay, so water break. Cheers. Let's talk about the 4 key pillars of influence. Okay, these are 4 direct pillars, I already said pillars, I'll say pillars again, of building influence in your family. Connection, we've touched on that. We're going to talk a little more about it. Consistency and integrity, throw integrity in there. Calm communication, we've also talked a little bit about that. And you being a role model, okay? So let's touch on you being a role model. In the comments, if you would please, put down 5 qualities that you would like your child to be when they grow up. What would you like? So think of 5 qualities you want for your children when they grow up. And I'll wait a little while because I know we have a little bit of a delay from the United States to Africa. So I'm a far way away from you. But think of 5 qualities, okay? So they could be anything. They could be kindness. They could be politeness. They could be respect. They could be honesty. They could be friendly. They could be happy. They could be fun. They could be like anything you can think of. Successful, that's a great one. Absolutely. And I'm glad you talked about success, because while you guys are putting these qualities in the comments, integrity, absolutely one of my big number 1 qualities. Kind, diligent, smart, honest, leadership, happy, balanced, creative. Oh, I love all these. God-fearing, kindness, hardworking, trustworthy. Love it, love it, love it. Confidence, love all these qualities. So my question back to you is responsible. Yes, we want them responsible. Absolutely. My question back to you is, are you all these things? The things that you are putting in the comments, are you describing yourself? Because if you're not describing yourself, you need to take a long look in the mirror. Look at why what you want for your children is not describing yourself. You have to be what you want your children to be. I'm sorry. I know, a lot of parents will be like, well, just don't do this until you're an adult. No, it's like adults will cuss and then they'll be all mad at their kids for cussing. Well, you taught them to cuss. One of my pet peeves in life is when kids get in trouble for something you taught them. If you don't want them to do it, don't do it yourself. I'm sorry. The do as I say, not as I do is garbage. You have to do what you say you want them to do. You have to be a role model. Calm parents create calm kids. Polite parents create well-mannered kids. Respectful parents create respectful kids. Don't expect your child to be the opposite of who you are. They're not going to be. They're going to be the exact same mirror image of you. So if you want your children to be all these wonderful qualities that you just put in the comments, I am praying and hoping that those qualities describe you as well. And if they don't, I want you to write down on that piece of paper that I promise to change. I promise to be who I want my children to be. Okay? Write it down on a piece of paper. Make that promise to yourself now. Because guess what? If you're that person, they will be that person. If you are calm, they will be calm. If you are angry and raging, they will be raging. Communication that is calm creates more calm responses. Communication that's yelling and screaming creates yelling and screaming responses. It's up to you. I hate to say it. People go, oh, parents get blamed all the time. Well, to a point, you have to realize that you are directing them. Children come with very limited brains. Our human brains do not fully develop till we're 25 years old. 25. So if you're not 25 right now, you don't have a fully developed brain. People will say, my kids are impulsive. They're impulsive because we don't gain our prefrontal cortex until we're like 7 years old. Where does impulse control lie? Right there in the prefrontal cortex. They don't have it to control it. They are impulsive until they have it to control and until they learn from you various ways to control it. We are their textbooks. We are who they're going to learn from. Start with playing with them. Play is the best way for kids to learn. They learn everything from play. Have fun with your kids. Okay, so back to our pillars. So role model, all those things, you have to be that person. Whatever you're helping them with, you have to role model. If you are a good listener, they'll become a good listener. If you ask questions, they will ask questions. If you give them time to respond, they will give you time to respond. If you give them choices for negotiable items, not non-negotiable, things non-negotiable, don't get choice. They will feel a little empowered. Give them choices when things are negotiable. Instead of just saying, you have to stop this now and come to dinner, say, hey, do you want 3 or 5 more minutes to play? And then it's dinner time. Let them choose. Yes, polite parents create polite children. If you're not using your manners, they won't either. I had a parent ask me, why doesn't my child use their manners? And I said, do you use theirs? Do you use yours? And she said, well, my husband and I have been married for a long time. We don't really use manners anymore. My husband and I have been married for 30 years. We still use our manners. Manners don't grow out of style. They don't go out of style. Excuse me. So I told that parent, well, if you sometimes use yours, your child will sometimes use theirs. Manners are key. You want respectful children? You need to be a respectful, well-mannered adult. Okay, so let's talk about consistency. Everybody in the comments, would you put down what the opposite of success is? What is the opposite of success? Who knows that answer? I'll drink some water. Who knows what the failure? Failure. Failure, 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 failure. Okay, so here's your eye opener. Here it is. Are you ready? Everybody ready? Ready? Failure is not the opposite of success. I know you've been taught this for a long time. You're about to learn something new. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure and mistakes are part of success. They're two key ingredients of success. There is no success without failure and mistakes. And if you are leading your children to believe that failure and mistakes are the end of the world, you are setting them up for a miserable future and a future where they feel constantly defeated. So what is the opposite of success? If failure is not, what is the opposite? Giving up, quitting. If you quit whatever you're working on, no success. If you give up, no success, which is why consistency is a key pillar of influence. You have to be consistent. If you're starting a morning routine, sit down with your children, create the morning routine together, not, oh, do this. Ask them, talk to them. They're old enough to talk and think, let them join in. Create your morning routine together and do not give up after 2 days. Once you have mastered a morning routine and your children have, or any routine, they become incredibly successful and independent. Yay for independence. We don't want to have to micromanage our kids all the time. We don't have to tell them what to do next, what to do next, and what to do next. We want them to know what comes next. That comes through routine and mastering routine. And if you let it keep being worked on day after day after day, your children will master it. You will be so proud of them. They will be so proud of themselves because now you don't have to micromanage them. Win-win for everybody. Do not quit. Do not give up. Yes, helicopter parenting. Exactly. Helicopter parents do it their whole lives. Consistency. Be consistent. All of these tips that you're learning through these 7 days of this conference, these pieces of advice that you're thinking of and going, oh, I should do that. I should do that. I should do that. Write it down. Implement it. Do not give up. Do not give up. Keep working on it. Sometimes you may have to replan. So this is something your children need to know. If they make a mistake, if something doesn't work out, not the end of the world, actually a gift. Why is it a gift? Because you get an opportunity to look at what you've been doing, replan, and start again. Here's my acronym for all of you for yelling, screaming, and making mistakes. PEPA. You know that pig? It's not the pig. So it's PEPA. Take the extra P in Peppa Pig and throw that away. It's not about a pig. First P is plan. No, wrong. That's not the first P. The first P is pause. Pause. Stop. Take a step back. Pause. The E in Peppa is evaluate. The second P in Peppa is plan. And the last A is act. Pause, evaluate, plan, act. It's a little acronym I made up that works for almost everything. It will keep you from yelling. Instead of yelling and getting upset, think Peppa. Once you've thought Peppa, you've paused. If your kids make a mistake, tell them, okay, so it's just a mistake. Let's pause. Let's see what happened. Let's see if there's a better path we can take to get the outcome we wanted. If they didn't do so well, thanks, Lovelyn. Thank you for writing that down. If they didn't do so great on a test, instead of blowing up at them and getting mad and making them feel like they're the worst human on the planet, say, okay, so you didn't do as great as you wanted to. Let's look at this. Let's pause. Let's look at how did you study for this exam? How can I help you study for the next one? Let's figure out a plan and let's do that. It applies to anger, rage, disappointment, mistakes, fail. There's not much it doesn't apply to. So remember it. And if you remember it, it will create many more days of success for all of you. Okay. So consistency. Oh my gosh. I think I'm running out of time. All right. Let's talk about connection for a minute. Okay. Connection. As I said before, no influence without connection. Okay. No influence without connection. There is a lack of respect when you are not connecting with another human. When you are not connecting with another person, there is a lack of respect. There is a lack of influence. There is a lack of communication. There is a lack of emotional bonding. This is what happens when kids are on screens too much. Basically, it creates this community, your family, except instead of creating this family in your community, it's creating disconnect. So you might be everybody's sitting in the same room, but if everyone's on a screen, you are disconnected from each other. It doesn't matter whether you're in the same room. You are disconnected from each other. And if you're all on screens, someone else is influencing your child. So make screen time a whole lot less in your family. Get control over it. If you're not in control over it, really decide how you're going to manage it. Reach out for me, reach out to Wendy, get help, because those screens can destroy all of this. All right. And it's destroying their brain as they go. Because a little side note, screens build the critical thinking of their brains. They don't build the compassionate side of their brains. So all these wonderful, compassionate things you wanted for your children to be kind, compassionate, thoughtful, respectful, all that, screens are destroying it. Okay. So get rid of screens to build your connection. Okay. Next, I want you to realize that love will never spoil a child. A lot of people think too much hugging, too much kissing, too much cuddling is going to spoil your child. No. Love will never spoil a child. We need it. What spoils a child? Giving into their every whim, giving them everything they want when they want it. That spoils a child. That is what makes an entitled, moody, argumentative child, is when you give them their way every single time. Love is not part of that. You can always hug your child. You can always kiss your child. I hope you do it more than one time on a daily basis. Laughter. It really is the best medicine. Laugh. Have a good time. You don't know what to do with your child. Child's upset. They're throwing a tantrum. Put on some music and start dancing. Don't invite them. They'll see it. They'll come over. They'll play with you. Have fun with your kids. Laugh with them. Watch funny things. Tell funny stories. Play games. Do puzzles. Do drawings. Dance. Sing. Have fun. That bond, that connection will always build when you're laughing together. Eat dinner together. Spend one-on-one time with each of your children, if you have more than one children. Have family meetings together. Spend 15 to 20 minutes a week having a meeting with each other and connecting and getting on the same page. Understanding what the weekly schedule is, so everybody knows what's going on. No one's like running around, doesn't know what the next thing is. Everyone knows what that schedule is, and you and your partner are also on equal footing. You're on the same page. Super important. And include them. Include your children when you're planning, when you're doing, when you're actively deciding consequences or trouble spots or anything. Include your children in the decisions and the discussions. Do not just order them around. They have great ideas. They want to know that you want to hear their opinions. They want to know that they feel valued in your home, that they feel visible. They want to know this. And guys, think of questions while I'm talking, because when I stop talking, I'll answer a few questions. They want to know that they are important and part of that family unit. If you get to the time that they're teenagers and you have not connected and created your personal influence over your kids, they will go look for a place to belong, because they will not feel like they belong in your home. And if they don't feel like they belong in your home, they're going to find somewhere to belong, and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be aligned with your beliefs and your goals and your vision. Okay, so more water. You have to always calmly communicate. Remember when you're talking to them to listen, eye to eye contact. Don't talk over them. Don't have your phone in your hand while you're talking, because the only message that is that this phone is more important than you. Look at each other and talk. Don't text. Even if you have teenagers, talk to each other. Let them learn facial expressions. Let them learn the communications of a human being. When you text, it can be read in any way you want. And any way they want, I should say. Reading texts or emails can always be read in a way other than you intended. You must talk to a person. You must hear their voice. So talk with your kids and listen even better than you talk. Be careful of the way you instruct. A lot of times kids don't listen because you are not giving them clear, concise directions. A toddler cannot have a general direction like clean up this room. Instead, give them step-to-step instructions. Honey, can you put these books on the shelf? Can you put the cars in this bucket? Can you pick up your dolls and put them on your bed? Great job. You cleaned up the room. Yay. Now they know what clean up a room means, but you have to repeat those step-by-steps. And don't forget, if you are screaming, raging, or hitting your child, you are throwing a tantrum. How can you possibly expect your child not to throw tantrums when you are? You are teaching them directly how to do it. You're disappointed, so you throw a tantrum. They're disappointed, so they throw a tantrum. You have to not only tell a child what not to do, but you have to teach a child and guide a child as to what they should do instead. So if they're disappointed, if they're upset, it's fine. We all get disappointed. We all get mad. But it's your job to teach them how to calm themselves down and how to be calm. So before I stop and get ready for questions, here, let's practice this. So here's a great way to teach your child how to breathe. Put your fingers up. Everybody can do this with me. Smell the flower. Blow out the candles. Smell the flower. Blow out the candles. Smell the flower. Blow out the candles. Guys, you should already be calmer just doing that 3 times. And you can influence your child to be calmer, to learn how to have emotional regulation and intelligence by teaching them ways to get control over their own emotions. We're not born with it. Someone has to teach us, and they're going to learn from you, their key influencer, either negative ways or positive ways. It's up to you. So before I go, if you guys want to stop yelling in 21 days, I have a great deal for you. You can get my 21 Days to Stop Yelling course by going to quityelling.com, quityelling.com. Put in the coupon code Wendy for a big discount. And guys, if you want to know more about the Day of Calm Foundation, please go to dayofcalm.org. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope you all take some piece of advice and put it into action today. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Ma'am, thank you so much.
There we go. Now I can
So
hear
much.
you.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, we will take a bit of, we still have some few minutes remaining to see if there are questions. And of course, we'll be popping them up from time to time. So we'll be going on a very short commercial break while we wait for the participant to drop their questions. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
Have you noticed your child shrinking into the background, hiding their voice, second guessing their worth, afraid to shine? You are not alone, but there is a solution. I am Jennifer Malkeke, a confidence coach for children and the founder of the Exceptional Children's Tribe, a one-year online mentoring platform where children discover their voice, sharpen their identity, and grow into bold, resilient leaders. Explore our Exceptional Children's Book Series, a powerful collection of 10 life-transforming books written to shape minds and strengthen hearts. And don't miss the Confidence and Identity Power Pack, 6 premium life-changing guides to unlock your child's inner strength. Coming up is the Exceptional Children's Book Camp from August 4th to 16th. And for families abroad, join the Thriving in Diaspora course, July 25th to 27th. Let's raise children who are unshakable, unstoppable, and exceptional. Your child is not too young to lead. They just need the right guidance. Join us today.
Hello, my name is Brenda Unu. I am level 2 Yada from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, I want to tell you about my experience in the YAD. The Intentional Parents Academy, which is what we fondly call the YAD, is a place that I have been in for the past 4 years. Now, I typically spend 2 years in each level because I have 4 kids and I say to myself, I'm concentrating on 2 bedtime. But it's an inside joke. So I've done 2 years in level 1 and this is my second year in level 2. And I will say to you that it has been a ride. What have I learned? The first thing is that I came to the inner circle where my kids were 13, 11, 8, and 3. And I was overwhelmed. Overwhelmed was my middle name. I thought that there was something really wrong with the children and I needed help. But the first lesson I learned was that parenting was first about me, and it was me that something was wrong with, and I needed to fix me so that I could help them. Now, it was quite a humbling experience, and of course you will hear us say in the yard that you have to first of all sow your humility agbada, because there's a lot to be learned. There's a lot to that humility can take you through, because the kids of these days they come correct, right? They spot any hypocrisy from a mile off and they call you out. So if you're not ready and you don't come correct, you will be spotted. So that's one thing the year does for us. It gave me structure, it gave me tools, it gave me guides, and it gave me accountability and consistent education on what was new, what was trending, what was important, and what to look out for bedtime. Now, my 3-year-old at the time I came is the one I call my TIP baby. He was really young when I joined, and so I was able to use all the systems and structures and the tools in place, and I can see the difference between him and his siblings, and so I know that this thing works. Also, I noticed that even for the older children, my daughter was already 13, I have been able to use the same systems and have been able to improve her drastically. Now, what did I do? Of course, with her, we couldn't do the exact same things because she was older and was resisting more. But with connection, I was able to build influence and lead her positively. Today, she just graduated secondary school, and her awards and all the accolades show me that something was right. So what are you waiting for? I invite you today to join us in the Inner Circle. We take new entries every December, and you will be glad you did. Your life will change positively. You would see the change in your children. Other people will tell you it is something that cannot be hidden, and there is no fool that argues with results. So come in and get your own results. But get ready to work, because there is work in the Inner Circle, but we work and it shows. So thank you. My name is Brenda Unu, a mother of 4, a mother of a 4-time Yada, and we did here.
Bring out the question. All right, ma'am, can you hear me? Are you still here?
I can.
All right, there's a question on the screen. Please may wish to attend to that, ma'am.
So how do you coordinate children who have severe autism with non-autistic ones? And I'm assuming this is in the same family. Helen, thank you for your question. I know it's challenging. I have worked with children and adults with autism for over 40 years. The best thing to do is get all of the kids involved with each other. Understand that I know the one that has severe autism has more challenges, But remember that all children of all abilities benefit from structure in your home. So you still want to set up the same foundations. I don't know if your child with severe autism has communication abilities or language abilities, I should say, or not. But as depending on the ages of your children, you want to all get them in there together. You want to have morning routines for all of them the same. You want to have your schedule intact. You want to spend one-on-one time with each of them individually as well as together. You want to still do not have excess screen time. Your home should have that framework that includes all of the schedules, routines, consequences, choices. You should have limits, boundaries. All those things are in place and beneficial to all kids. So I hope that helps.
Okay, ma'am, there is another question here. How do I include age 1 to 5 in planning their routine?
Okay. So clearly a 1-year-old cannot plan a routine. All right. So your child has to be able to talk and communicate to help you plan. Now, depending on how much they know, by the time they're 2 or 2.5, they know what they need to do in the morning. So you can talk to them. You can say, okay, guys, so let's think about what we're doing in the morning. What do we have to do? Well, we have to brush our teeth. Well, we have to eat breakfast. We have to wake up. We have to go potty. We have to get dressed, all these things. Okay, so let's write them down. Now, what do we do first? What do we do second? And let them join in the conversation. Okay, babies, infants, you set up the routine. But once they get talking and they're able to do more things, get them involved. Is it okay?
All right, thank you so much. Okay, this is the last question, I suppose. Is it okay to wake up a 2-year-old and 4 years old by 5:30 a.m. as a daily routine? Because most times I fear I'll be stressing them up. Please help.
Okay. So I'm also a sleep coach. So as a sleep coach, everybody needs consistent wake up and bedtimes. The better you are at the consistency of when they wake up and when they go to bed, the better they'll sleep. Same for you. Now, it says you feel stressed getting them up. If you're getting them up so they have enough time to get to school on time or to go somewhere on time, you should be getting them up at least an hour before they have to leave. So you're not rushing around, because if you're starting your morning racing around, you're stressed, they're stressed, you're all starting your morning on a bad footing. You're already upset. You want to start happy. Include a little playtime with each other. But yes, there's no problem. But they need to get up by 5:30. If you have to be out that door by 6:30, then that's when they get up. Normally, then they're going to go to bed more like 5:30 or 6 or 6:30. They shouldn't go to bed a whole lot later. They need about 12 hours of sleep at night. I hope that helped.
All right, thank you so much, Celia, ma'am, for taking your time to do justice to this topic. We are super, super excited to have you once again in this year's conference, and we are hoping to have you in subsequent conferences. As your way of closing, ma'am, what will be your final remarks to the audience as we round up this particular session?
Well, thank you again for having me. And I'm going to really reiterate something I briefly touched on, and that is I want you all to start making sure you notice all the good your children do and all the good you do. Don't just notice the negative. The more you focus on, that's what's going to grow. So if you focus on what they're doing wrong, there will be more of what they're doing wrong, because that's what they're getting attention for. But if they're getting attention for what they're doing right, then they're going to do more of that. Remember also that connection doesn't just mean playtime. They should be helping out with everything. If you're doing laundry on Wednesday nights, then Wednesday night, everybody helps with laundry, even the 2-year-old. If you're cooking meals, you're all cooking meals. Connection is household responsibilities and fun as well. Should be all part of the picture. And thank you guys for being here. I'm really grateful that you all were.
Thank you so much for being here, ma'am. And we are super, super excited. Do have a nice day from your end, ma'am.
You
Bye.
too. You too. Bye. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. And for you participants for staying with us up to this moment, we are also very much happy with you. And we also encourage you to not just listen, also put whatever it is that you hear from here to practice. It's just a 7 days conference, and all this, there are so much to be said, and all this can't be done in just 7 days. We have an accountability system, the inner circle, where you can come in. It is a 365 days program. You come in and put everything you've heard here and even more to practice. It's a place where you have accountability partners, people holding you by the hands to tell you, okay, this is how this should be done. This is how this should be done. And of course, once you come in there, we call it the arc. We say, once you come in there, your safety is guaranteed. Stay up as the session continues, coming up next in few minutes. And remember to check your WhatsApp communities. The link for each session is being shared in your WhatsApp community. Check there from time to time. All the prompts are being dropped, and join us as we continue. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next session.
Hello, my name is Brenda Unu. I am level 2 Yaga from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, I want to tell you about my experience in the YAD. The Intentional Parents Academy, which is what we fondly call the YAD, is a place that I have been in for the past 4 years. Now, I typically spend 2 years in each level because I have 4 kids and I say to myself, I'm concentrating on 2 bedtime. But it's an inside joke. So I've done 2 years in level 1 and this is my second year in level 2. And I will say to you that it has been a ride. What have I learned? The first thing is that I came to the inner circle where my kids were 13, 11, 8, and 3. And I was overwhelmed. Overwhelmed was my middle name. I thought that there was something really wrong with the children and I needed help. But the first lesson I learned was that parenting was first about me, and it was me that something was wrong with, and I needed to fix me so that I could help them. Now, it was quite a humbling experience, and of course you will hear us say in the yard that you have to first of all sow your humility agbada, because there's a lot to be learned. There's a lot to that humility can take you through, because the kids of these days they come correct, right? They spot any hypocrisy from a mile off and they call you out. So if you're not ready and you don't come correct, you will be spotted. So that's one thing the year does for us. It gave me structure, it gave me tools, it gave me guides, and it gave me accountability and consistent education on what was new, what was trending, what was important, and what to look out for bedtime. Now, my 3-year-old at the time I came is one I call my TIP baby. He was really young when I joined, and so I was able to use all the systems and structures and the tools in place, and I can see the difference between him and his siblings, and so I know that this thing works. Also, I noticed that even for the older children, my daughter was already 13, I have been able to use the same systems and have been able to improve her drastically. Now, what did I do? Of course, with her, we couldn't do the exact same things because she was older and was resisting more. But with connection, I was able to build influence and lead her positively. Today, she just graduated secondary school, and her awards and all the accolades show me that something was right. So what are you waiting for? I invite you today to join us in the inner circle. We take new entries every December, and you will be glad you did. Your life will change positively. You would see the change in your children. Other people will tell you it is something that cannot be hidden, and there is no fool that argues with results. So come in and get your own results. But get ready to work, because there is work in the inner circle, but we work and it shows. So thank you. My name is Ben.
From Lagos streets to the world we dey ride.
Are you selling dry fish, foodstuffs, wigs, cosmetics, or other amazing products you want to send beyond Nigeria's borders? Let us handle that for you.
Introducing Ivan Global Export. We are a licensed DHL partner and NEPC certified exporter, and we bring global logistics expertise right to your doorstep.
Home, shop, office, or warehouse, straight to any corner of the world. That's what we do. At Ivan Global Export, we don't just ship packages, we deliver peace of mind.
From documents to cargo, make us your shore plug. We will deliver.
We deliver to over 250 countries worldwide, quickly, safely, and affordably.
Ivan Global Export is one of the most formidable companies that handle all your shipping needs without giving you any stress. Do you have any product you want to ship to international market? Bring it to Ivan Global Export while you have your peace. Our fees are affordable and you can always trust us with your packages.
With 4 branch offices across major cities in Nigeria, wherever you are, we're close by.
Too busy to drop off? No problem. At Ivan Global Export, we offer doorstep pickup services to make your shipping experience seamless. Ship with confidence. Ship with Ivan Global Export. Visit any of our office outlets today or contact us through any of our digital channels. Ivan Global Export, delivering perfection for you always.
No shaking, just watch us go. Business that shine, dreams unfold. Ivan Global, trust the goal.
You have the books, but no time. You want to grow, but your mind is stuck in traffic. And when it's time to speak, you go blank or play small.
That is not video. That is mental overload. And Smart Speakers Academy was built to fix that. I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach, and I help you master 3 allied skills: smart reading, smart thinking, and smart speaking.
Because confidence is built on competency, and when you read smart, you unlock speed of thoughts to become the smartest person in any room.
Click the link you can see to unlock the smarter version of you. Of course, because when you read smart, you think smart, and when you think smart, you speak like a smart leader. This is your time. Let's build the smarter version of you. This is the Smart World.
Eight years ago, a colleague of mine, while at my 9 to 5, walked up to me and said, "Udwa, it is so difficult to get good palm oil in the market." I looked at her and smiled and told her I was going to solve that problem. My name is Udwa Kodunide. I'm the founder of UD Foods. At UD Foods, we process and package quality, unadulterated palm oil. We process our palm oil using the freshest of palm fruit and the right milling equipment. Not just palm oil, we also have our father oil, your already bleached oil, perfect for your father and your yamase stew. We also have our kuli oil, perfect for your jollof rice, your spaghetti, and your stews. And our latest addition, our banga paste. Our banga paste is made with fresh fruit, no preservatives, no additives added. Perfect for your banga soup, black soup or house soup, atama soup, and many more delicacies. Trust me, you will love it. We also have an amazing range of spices, natural spices, no seasoning cube added, from your pepper soup to your nsala to your natural seasoning spice, your chicken spice, also available. And when we talk of quality, fresh, emphasis on fresh, food condiments like oron crayfish or bono, hand peel egusi, we also have them available. You can shop from our website www.udfoods.com, and if you're in the UK, uk.udfoods.com. Our Instagram handle is Facebook at UDFoods, Instagram at UDFoods. You can also visit our physical store located at 29C Bankole Mo Street, Surulere, Lagos. We don't just sell food condiments. Trust me, we sell peace of mind. When you buy food condiment from us, you're rest assured that you're getting value for money and you're getting very fresh food condiments. We deliver worldwide. And like I said, at UD Foods, anything to make your cooking easy, we have it available. Don't forget, we also have our soup bundles. It means, like afang soup, everything you need to cook afang in the right proportion inside the box. So send us a DM now, or you visit our website.